So today I'm going to be discussing about the Bitcoin update and the pre-election as well as the post-election reaction in the past two elections, and that will help you make decision on whether to buy Bitcoin, whether the S&P is bullish or bearish. Everything will be in front of you, every single freaking thing. So let's go on into the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you join the Telegram as well. The link will be in description of this video. We'll be discussing the aggregated open interest as well. So let's look into the Bitcoin and where we can long or short the Bitcoin current setup. Okay, so let's look into the Bitcoin past data. So when we were in the 2016 elections, we can see that the week of the election week was red. Okay, so after that we actually pumped a lot and we created a high. Okay, so what you need to know here, what you need to know, which is very interesting here. So the interesting part is of this equation is that we actually made an all-time high, and we made that high in around 3 years before. Okay, this high was made 3 years before, and the current price that the price around the election was actually consolidating just below this area, that this high. And during the election week, price actually after the election week, price broke the level in the upcoming weeks, and November was actually bullish. After the break of this all-time high, we created a new all-time high in Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin all-time high was around 2000%, and that gave around 2000% return just after the week. If we take the 20,000 points, okay, so that was around 27x in Bitcoin. After that, we can take the 2020 low, and we can see similar kind of price action actually happened here also. If you just ignore this COVID-19 dump, we can see that this price actually made a all-time high 3 years before in 2017. This all-time high was made, then price actually roamed around this just below this area. Actually it could have broken out here also, but it did not because COVID-19 condition. After that, the 3-year cycle, this 4 whole year cycle was completed. After that, during the election week, this week was actually in green, but after that election we actually pumped a lot, and we actually broke just after the election in the coming weeks. So maybe this time also in the next 2-3 weeks we are actually gonna be seeing a huge rally in Bitcoin, despite what the result could be. Because why in the 2016 election Trump won, and in the 2020 election Biden won, and we can see that the rally was not stopped despite whatever the result was. Okay, so that is why I'm saying that Bitcoin could be making a new all-time high, and this why many people are saying this time is different. But what is different? I just ask them one question, one single question. Just this was the thing. Okay, look at me. So this was the thing. This is all-time high, and this was set up just 3 years before this. Okay, so the current time frame, the election time frame. Okay, price is just consolidating near that area only. We are actually near the 2021 bull run, and price is consolidating there. What is different? I'm just asking, what is different? We made just 2,000 to 3,000, actually 3 to 5% error. The market gave a 3 to 5% error. It made a new all-time high just before this, just before the election. But what is different? Everything is just same. We are consolidating. This all-time high was around 69k, and we are actually consolidating around 68.5, 61. So we are consolidating that near that all-time high, and we can after the election, boom, we can just pump, and this pump could be around 500,000, who knows. So I'm not expecting 500,000, I'm just expecting 2x from here, or at least 50% more from here, which can lead us towards a 100k Bitcoin per Bitcoin rally, and this will be the golden number. So I'm actually bullish, and I think why you should be bullish is simple, that whether Trump wins, whether Kamala wins, both scenarios will produce the same results, will produce the same effect if you don't get liquidated enough. So what you need to be focusing on is buying those altcoins, buying those juicy fundamental altcoins, or as well as if your favorite are meme coins as well, you can buy them. You can buy them on leverage, but make sure you sustain a 50 to 20% dump if something fishy happens. So there could be market manipulation in this week, but what I expect is that whether that manipulation is, that manipulation could not be a 50%, 100%, 70% decline. Price would not go here or there, something like that. Price would just go 7 to 8% return, and we are actually down 8%. So we can actually expect a good rally just after the election results day or the election day, okay, when the elections are finished. So that is what I'm looking for. So for Bitcoin to rally, and you what you should do is just ignore the noise in Bitcoin. Okay, so why I am bullish on Bitcoin, why I am bullish on global as well. So what we need to see is that the employment numbers are not quite good, but what I think is that the S&P is at the verge of breaking out. Okay, so we can see that at the S&P from this low to this high, we can see that this 0.382 fib level is being respected right now, and it actually was respected here also. So why this 0.382 level is important? Because in a bull market, price tends to take support at 0.382 maximum if that is a very large cap or an index chart. Okay, so in Bitcoin we actually see a correction up until 0.5 level, but that is also okay. We can actually expect a deeper level correction also, which is around the golden pocket area, but I do not see any support there, nor I see the price currently trading below this level, 0.382 level. So this is actually bullish for me, as long as this S&P tries to make sure that this level is supported. So actually S&P is looking very, very important, very at a very good place to me. For why? Because we are actually respecting a fib level in an uptrend, and a US election is very, very near the timeline. So what we can expect is whether Kamala wins or Trump wins, and especially if Trump wins, we can expect this high to break, and we can actually expect a new S&P high, and that would actually be the end of the whole global market rally, and we can expect a very, very sharp downfall for almost a decade. Okay, so this will be your last opportunity to make money in Bitcoin as well as stock market, where this is how I see it, guys. Okay, so this is how I see it. This will be your last opportunity to make money, and let's see what Bitcoin is doing in the weekly time frame. Let me just show you a very simple thing. So this week's candle was green with such a long dip, with such a long wick. Okay, almost near the all-time high, but not breaking the all-time high. So this is actually bullish. Why? Because you can see that this wick was also formed here. This was actually a liquidation thing, but this wick tends to get filled. Okay, so after that we expected a fall, we expected a rise. So what I expect is this wick will be filled, because this whole candle has very, very low downside wick. Whether you can compare it with this candle, it had actually both side wicks. Okay, so this cannot tell us what will be the direction. You can see that this had uptrend wick very much less, but the short selling wick was high, so we actually went down lower. So this candle tells me a bullish thing. Okay, so there are buyers interested in pushing price towards this all-time high, and whether or not we are falling or we are pumping, the key thing that I'm looking at is the weekly closing above this level. Okay, so this level is actually 69,619, and this is the level that I am looking forward. And there, so far you can see that you can see that we got a closing above this level 69,619 just once, and that was around 24 March week. Okay, this was this week only. This was the only week when price actually closed in the weekly above 69,619. So any close above 69,619 in the weekly time frame would be so bullish, I cannot tell you how much. You can see there were multiple time wicks above this level, but there was no proper weekly closing. So this is what I am expecting in Bitcoin, guys. It is taking out leverage, it is kicking out all the spot buyers, it is kicking out retailers just before a pump market maker is doing to confuse you. This is just bullish. All of the things are bullish, and I expect what I expect from Bitcoin is, let me just show you what I expect from Bitcoin. I know all the levels in the fib that Bitcoin respects, and let me tell you which level which levels are important. So if you actually see, we actually tap the 0.382 level in Bitcoin in the macro weekly candle, and just now I told you guys that in an uptrend the 0.382 tap is bullish, and you can see after that 0.382 tap we actually went further up, and you can see that if you use the trend based fib extension tool to predict the price of Bitcoin in the upcoming days, we can expect that Bitcoin price to rally around this, from this level. If we take the high from this level to the low of this level, we can expect at least this 1.618 tap, and this would take the price to $1,600, $6,000, $100,000. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting in Bitcoin minimum. This is the minimum. This is actually the minimum risk to reward ratio. This is actually the minimum percent of upside move that I am looking forward to. Okay, so that is what actually I am looking for, and this will make around 52% return. Okay, so this is actually bullish. Okay, so this will be bullish here, and this is all I had to say. This is all I had to inform you guys about, and I think this will be very bullish. This week will be very bullish. After this week will be very bullish, and I don't see any reason to sell here. Okay, so if you are in a high quantity leverage, you should take profits here, and you should just stick to spot trading, because in a bull market spot trading is the best point. Okay, so let's just move on to the important part. The important part is the liquidation. Okay, so if we see in the 2-week time frame or in the 1-month time frame, we actually see that the liquidations, the upside liquidations have been taken out, as well as all the low side liquidations are also being tackled, and you can see the majority of liquidations that were sitting around 68,700 has actually been taken out. So this is important for me. This is important because if you go to the daily time frame, you can actually see liquidation just above this price, and this is actually 70,400, 70,200. Okay, so price may go there. Whether or not it rejects from there, that is something that I cannot tell you if I don't see price at that point of time. Okay, so I have to see price at that point of time, so I just expect you guys to follow me on Telegram so I can update you there. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye bye.